Good afternoon to all. This is Mr. Jesse Lipata Balangkit from Ismael Matay Senior High School, SDO, Quezon City. Today, I'm going to present to you the project-based learning approach in teaching technology and livelihood education at Dr. Carlos S. Lanting College. For the background of the study, the project-based learning approach is a way of teaching wherein students can gather information independently, explore, and look deeper into the real-world challenges to obtain knowledge and expertise by working for an extended period of time. Technically speaking, the pedagogical approach of project-based learning is to practice student-centered avenue, for it is believed that learners acquire knowledge effectively through active engagement. That is according to Matthew James Harris in 2014. The research purpose is to know the effectiveness of using project-based learning approach in teaching technology and livelihood education at Dr. Carlos S. Lanting College. For the methodology, the research design used in this study was quasi-experimental. The respondents of this study are the two sections of grade 9, which are composed of 45 learners in each section and with a total of 90 learners. Section A is the control group. Section B is the experimental group. A stratified sampling method was used to determine the population of this study. The study used the results of the pre-test and post-test of the students wherein the independent variable is measured. The study used numbers of mathematical formulas to ensure the accurate statistical analysis of data gathered from the respondents like the weighted arithmetic mean, t-test for difference between means, dependent data, and independent data. For the result, majority of the respondents in the control group got the score of 14 and the highest score is 20. However, experimental group has a highest score of 23 and the most frequent score is 11. Furthermore, the pre-test mean of control group is equal to 12.31 and it is greater than the mean of experimental group, which is equal to 10.60. For the post-test result of a control group got the score of 25 and the highest score is 28. However, experimental group has a highest score of 48 and the most frequent score is 42. Furthermore, the pre-test mean of control group is equal to 22 and it is less than the mean of experimental group, which is equal to 32.69. It implies that based on the results of post-test experimental group performed better than the control group. For the mean of pre-test and post-test of experimental group, of 45 respondents with a degree of freedom of 44, since the t-computed value is equal to 18.49, it is greater than the tabular value, which is equal to 2.0154 at 0.05 level of significance. Therefore, there is enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis, and it implies that there is a significant difference between the mean of pre-test and post-test score of experimental group. For the mean of pre-test of control and experimental group of 90 respondents with a degree of freedom of 88, since the t-computed value is equal to 0.6525, it is less than the tabular value, which is equal to 1.9873 at 0.05 level of significance. Therefore, there is no enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. It implies that there is no significant difference between the mean of pre-test of control and experimental group. The difference between the mean of post-test of control and experimental group of 90 respondents with a degree of freedom of 88, Since the t-computed value is equal to negative 2.13, it is less than the tabular value, which is equal to negative 1.9873 at 0.05 level of significance. Therefore, there is enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis, and it implies that there is a significant difference between the mean of post-test of control and experimental group. For the conclusion, it was revealed that the PBL helped to develop skills and competencies of learners. It increased motivation and self-esteem in utilizing the approach in teaching TLE. The data analysis in Table 3 showed that the results of post-test increased from the results in pre-test. The data proves that using PBL, the way of teaching, is more interesting and brings out the best of the learners. PBL is effective approach to use in teaching TLE lesson based on the pre-test and post-test results shown in Table 3.1, which stated that there is a significant difference between the mean of pre-test and post-test score of experimental group. During the pre-test conduct of the study, the Table 4 shows that learners didn't have knowledge yet that relates to the control and experimental group, and no significant difference between the mean of both groups. PBL is effective way in teaching technology and livelihood education based on the Table 5 presented for the post-test mean results of control and experimental group. In terms of post-test observation, it is clearly visible that the PBL is engaging learners to participate in classroom activities and give more active feedback regarding to assigned tasks. In general, the degree of PBL changed the usual way of teaching TLE lessons dramatically into practice and more students' involvement for long-term learning. For the recommendation, make an action plan, teachers seminar for PBL and across other discipline, and adopt PBL approach in school. To end up my presentation, I want to close with this statement: plant seeds of hope for the next generation, and we will harvest the best fruits of success of our labor. Once again, this is project-based learning approach in teaching technology and livelihood education at Dr. Carlos S. Lanting College. Thank you and God bless.